Hello everybody and welcome to a new series of Automation Empire. Now, I thought we would start off in this nice glacier zone with all these nice little islands. So we'll begin our new colony even. So we'll just put, we'll be boring. Glacier frog. So starter mode, provide you with basics pre-built. I think we'll go with that. It's been a while. So we will just start there. Oh, here we are in the beginning, and the essential goal of this game is to reach 30,000 kilograms in 3-month period. Now, this game does have an end, and that goal is the end. However, this game was actually made back in 2020, I believe, and unfortunately, continued development was abandoned. So what we've got is all there is. So as you can see, when we start off, we've got a little drill, a mining rig that has a little transfer tube that goes into a crate maker, a little unload station, and then our lovely little drones. Pop them onto a truck. Then when the truck's full, the truck will depart, and as it goes through the exit tunnel, you get paid for the stuff that was on the truck. So we're starting off. What are we creating? We are currently mining coal ore. So as with many factory games, you start off with basic ores. You can refine them into better materials and on and on. And obviously, the better the material, the more it's worth, and also the heavier it is. And we have, let me think where things are. Right, this is our research stuff. So you can, as with all factory games, you research things to do things more efficiently. You can pay for upgrades with that research. This is to do with all of our income, and what you might notice is we have power and taxes that go out every month. So one thing you've got to be aware of is our money down here is you've also got to make sure that you can pay for money going out. You can't, when you're building stuff, you can't you can, but it's not a good idea to drain your money all the way down to the bottom, just in case end of the month comes and you've not got enough to pay your bills. This is to do with demands and how much things are. So if we look at coal ore, where are you? There. So coal ore is currently worth 1,184. And then you've got iron ore. And then as things get more refined, they're worth more. And the same goes with the weights. As you can see, coal ore is only worth 1 kilogram in weight per box. But if we refine it there, which takes coal and iron, it becomes 10 kilograms. So those are just various recipes to tell you what you need to refine stuff. We've got some tips, medallion, and that's just our mission objective. So, and along here is all the building stuff. So if it's lit up, then we can build it now. These are all the various things. We've also got somewhere, oh, there we go. I've got to remember how to move around. So this is our power plant, and our capacity is 440, and this is our little drone bay, and that can allow us to create up to 4 drones per bay. And at the moment we've just got one. I'm not sure. Yes, he's keeping up, I think. And you always need an exit and an entrance, and that does seem like a really bad place to have it, but we'll work with that for now. So looking at our little map here, we've got some more coal there. We've got some iron there. So 2 lots of iron and 2 lots of coal. And then Other places you've got other stuff. We've got some gold there and things like that. Right, so this is where we're starting. So now let's have a look. I think the coal ore is worth slightly less than the iron. No, it's worth hang on. Coal ore. Yes, it's actually worth slightly less than the iron, but right now that doesn't matter anyway. So what I'm going to do is we're going to build up some iron ore and we'll get those both going and we'll go from there. So we're going to start off with a mining rig, and we'll do 3 because we've already been building up a little bit of money. And we are going to need, I've got to remember where things are. So we need a little tube. Actually, let's work on our carts because these can be a little bit what would be the term, iffy. For instance, you've only got let me demonstrate. You've got a you've got a straight thing that can turn, but if you need it to go a little bit forward, we've got this, but this isn't always quite enough, so sometimes you have to sort of go around and about. So let's just delete all these things that I've been busy playing with. Where's our mine carts? Just want to put that just to make sure I've got the right distance there. I have. And I think we will put you there. There we go. Right, now depending on the distance away that you're travelling will depend on how many carts. If you are very close, for instance, like those, one mine cart per rig is going to be enough. And why did I not finish building there? Anyway, we'll ignore that. So, because this is further away, the time it takes to get back and forth, these would have filled up more, so you can accommodate more mine carts. So let us think where we want to put this. I really don't like the position of this road at all, but we'll wing it for now and change it if we need to. So we'll go to here. We put it right there. Can we delete? We can, thank you. And where's our power? Over there. So we will drag some power over. These don't go very, they don't stretch for very long, but that's okay. No, is that in the way, is it? You don't like that? Okay. What about it? We just turn our view a bit. This is soaking up a bit of money, isn't it? But never mind. As you get closer, it sort of automatically will connect to anything that it can. So there we go. So those are all now working. So what we're actually going to do here is we're going to actually have it put into a container and put it nice and close. Buttons, yes, buttons. The keys for this are kind of pretty much different than any other one. So this one, you can tell by the arrow whether it's dropping off, sort of sucking it up or chucking it out, and this one is going to suck stuff up. Right, so we will pop you along there, and I'm also going to move you along there, and that's so that the end cart can still get under there, because the front carts will have to come round. I was a little bit daft doing this one, really. For some reason my brain said, oh, that one's done. The fact that there's 2 empty nodes, but we won't worry about that. The money's coming in, we're fine. It'll be fine. Right, you can just click on there, and each track can hold up to 16 carts. They are 2,500. Okay, we'll leave that for a moment. They've got power, they're fine. So what we now want to do is have a transfer tube. We'll make sure it's going the correct direction. And then we want that going into a crate maker. Crate maker, where are you? No. Oh, grass. There you are. And we can't afford a crate maker. We nearly can. Okay, we've made a bit more money. So where is our crate maker again? Not there. There. So that goes there. And then we want an unload station there. And we want some power. There we go. Right, we've got 3 little carts on here now, but I think I'll need to expand this out a little bit. I'll just see how well it fills up and whether it needs an extra cart. It might do. Distance is a bit longer now. We're building up a little bit of money, so what we can do then is get some more drones. Let me just see how this fills up and whether it needs another cart. Come on, my little mine carts. Oh, I haven't put a put one of them there. Let's do that, shall we? Bet you're full now, aren't you? Yes, 10 of 10. Yeah, it's going to need another one, isn't it? Do you want to just grab a bit there? There we go. How are we doing? Oh, money's gone low again. One little drone's a bit busy at the moment, so we need more, because this just isn't doing anything, because this little guy is too busy. There we go, there's some more dosh. Let's see how much our drones are. That's power. Oh, I know. Wrong bit. It is there, and they are 4,000, so we'll just get one more. And obviously the faster we can build up, the better. And for whatever reason, that's on high priority. That's why they're going over there. So we'll put them both on high, and then let's get another one. And we could do with a bit of a longer belt here as well. These crate makers, I think, can make, yeah, it can make up to 30. So we can cope with a bit of a longer belt. That's it, things are moving a little bit quicker now. So where are those belts? It was that, so unload. Just one, no, just one. There we go. All those bills keep going out, soaking up our money. And we'll put an extra one on here as well. Why are you over there? Oh, you're waiting for a truck. I see. It's like, why are you all hanging around? And that'll be why. The money's starting to come in a little bit faster now. So what I will now do is we'll expand this and we'll pop a little container in there as well. Okay, things have been moving along a little bit now. We've got all this little bit set up and we've got this one on a little loop. And it's looking like now we're going to need some more drones, I think. And possibly another little truck stop as well. Yep, so we will go over here and we'll put another drone bay next to this. And you're going to cost 10,000. Our power is still absolutely fine, 20 of 40. And that extra drone bay will allow us another 4 drones. I'm doing okay with our money now. Now you can actually pause it when you're rebuilding. I never tend to remember, because one of the things that I do is it's a good idea to do something like that if you're going to tear down a current building and then you're not making money off of it, so it can help to freeze it, because then obviously the payment isn't still going out while you're not receiving. But I tend to be sort of, I build elsewhere and then I don't tear down the old one until the new one is manufacturing and making stuff. So these are all squabbling over the same one. I think it might be time for yet another little truck stop. I suppose it would be more sensible to do it that side. Easier for my little drones, perhaps. We'll do them all on high. You can specify as well individual items in particular trucks, but that's not necessary. We're happy with them all collecting anything. Now, let's have a look at we can find it. What am I thinking of this? Right, this is to do with the research. Now, when you're going to research something, you have a combination of different things. Sometimes with a couple of early ones, it's just research points, which are down here. We haven't done research yet, so we don't have any points. But later on, you can see it will have research points, and it will need you to research a certain amount of items and also reach a kilogram target. So this is kind of, I suppose you'd call it a bit of a bottleneck, one that forces you to keep making better and better things, but also, I don't know, so it sort of holds the pace of the game, I suppose. So the first thing we do before we can unlock any of those is to start researching. So where is our... Right, so these are our little researches. At the moment, we've got coal ore and we've got iron ore. So what you can do, you can have it fed into a little thing like this, or you can just suck it up as it goes along. Now let's have a look at our cost. Which ones is worth the least? Currently coal ore, which is that one over there. So we could extend this out because we want it off of a we want it off a rail. I'm not going to bother putting it into little vats. So I think I will actually... No, the coal is still going. So what we can do, if we remove these, the cart will just go back and forth, which is fine. He hasn't got quite enough room, but we won't worry about that right now. So where is that? So I'm going to have my research bays there, I think. So we'll bring this one along there. And let's just see how big those bays are. So we need it back a little space there. Now, We're definitely going to have to do some more shifting about with that, I think. So that will fit, so that's great. Now, how much are these? They are 10,000. We've got enough, so I'm going to do... I don't know if there's a limit. I really don't know. And will they feed into each other? That's a good question. Let's try that. No, they are all in input ports by the look of it. So you can't sort of feed one to the other kind of thing. I suppose if you had a vat in the middle, it would feed both. We won't worry about that. What we will do is just put one of these on there and one of those on there. And then we will put our little minecart rails. Now what we really want it to do, let's get rid of that again, that was a misclick. We want it to do the research first before it outputs into our vat. I won't allow it there. Get rid of that one. Try again. So at that point, it's going to do a bit of both, isn't it? Because they're on different sides, if that makes sense. So electricity. Power. Give me power. One over there, one over there. Now you can't collect the research points all the time, but when this goes sort of a greeny blue colour, then we'll be able to collect our research. Do we need another cart perhaps? Seems to be a bit full. That's because that vat over there is full, isn't it? No, are you not? Are you not taking the stuff? Have we got it in the right way? Yes, it's pointing the right way. Come on, feed our research. There we go. It's not taking a lot, but there you go. Obviously it only takes a little bit at any one time. Okay. And things seem to be going a little bit slow. They're all on high medium. Or are we just doing just a lot better than our little trucks can cope with? Just looks like we're doing better than our trucks can cope with. Which begs the question, do we need more trucks? Do we want to extend our road? I just realised that I'd forgotten to tell them to actually unload from there. It was actually on off. So that's why they weren't picking up from that one. There we go. Got there in the end. Very busy. We're still bringing in a lot more than we're using, aren't we? I'm not sure there's a need for any more drones right now, because I'm not sure that there's enough trucks to cope. But we are raking in the money now, so we could extend our road. This is going to annoy all of the trucks, but there you go. You there. Can get right down here, I think, can't we? We'll go there. There we go. Unfortunately, you can't put one on either side. There we go, everything's moving along, so I think we will add in another little truck station there. I don't think it matters what side you put it. I think we'll shove one there, I think. There we go. And we will Put that on high. Now, it will mean that the drones will need to start travelling a little bit more. We'll see how fast they're doing. I might need to create some more drones as well. I think I'll pop another research bay down here because all of this coal is not getting used anywhere near fast enough, so we may as well. There we go, and we want some power. There we go. Don't know whether 3 is the maximum. I know they have to be, one of the annoying things is they kind of have to be in range, so even if I wanted to build some over there, I couldn't because they've got to be in a certain range. If you look there, see it's got to have one in proximity, so, but obviously you can tear them down, move them if need be, or just ultimately I suppose give them a dedicated rail line to send all your stuff in. But they're doing their thing. Our drones seem to be more than coping, even with the extra truck, so we don't need any more of those just yet. So it's just a matter of waiting for a little bit just to get some research points so that we can start upgrading. Okay, so our first 2 research bays have now gone green, so we can collect some points. So we can claim those and claim those, which hopefully now, where are they? You're there. So we need 20,000 research points. We've now got 41,000. So we can now get our refiner. And this is where we start refining the iron ore into coal ore. No, iron ore into iron, coal ore into coal. So we'll unlock that. That one needs 45, so we're off that one. That's an unlocked step conveyor, and that moves things around slightly differently. So now with the refiner, what that also means is we now have the ability to make factories, and all refining has to be within a factory. Unfortunately, we can't just plonk it in the snow like we have been doing. But what I will do is, I don't know if there's a lot of point right now, but let's just extend our little unload station. All right. So let's get to creating a factory. So we've got iron ore there and iron and coal there. So what I don't want to do is tear this all down while I'm building, because I need the money to keep coming in so that we can continue to pay all our bills. But what I might do, I think, is maybe utilize this iron. Although it kind of makes sense to use those two there, doesn't it? They're very close to each other. Yeah, let's do that. But I am going to move our factory down here out the way. Now, the one downside of this is you can't, you can build your factory, but you can't then enlarge it or shrink it after you've played around, really. So I'm just winging it. I haven't worked out. I think we can get rid of the walls, can we? No. No, I think there is a way to get rid of walls. Not sure what it is. And as you can see, you can demolish an entire factory all at once. You do need doors. You can bring your mine carts in. You can't bring the boxes out apart from a drone carrying it. So what I will want to do is refine it and then convert it back into ore that we can put into a cart. So what we're doing here is we're just going to basically turn the iron ore into iron. We're not actually combining anything at this point because we don't have the equipment just yet. I'm in the process of building our little iron refiner factory, and I've just unlocked some more research, so I'm now able to get these step conveyors, which are something we need. That's a combiner. So that's just a weight requirement. And that's going to refine some, need some refined stuff, okay. But I needed these step conveyors for this, I believe. Let's have a look, where are they? Right, because it's also got a transfer claw, which is something we want. Okay, I will continue. I'm still figuring out what I'm doing. So I've got a crate maker here, and that goes on to a refiner. So this is going to refine the ore, goes into a crate, and it makes, I think it goes that way, and then it makes a iron as opposed to just iron ore. Okay, I've got to grips a little bit with how to do this. So we've got our ore coming in, goes into a box maker. The box maker joins straight onto the refiner, which turns it into normal coal. And then what we've got here, these are all the step ones, the step conveyors. This end one here has to turn either left or right. It won't allow you to put a straight one on there. And then it has to turn, and then you have to have an unload, because it's the unload that will destroy the empty crate. So this will allow us to collect the refined iron, and then we can ship it to where we want to go. So what I'm going to do now is, I think what I'll do is, I may just have this refining sent into our, I'm going to move these, sent into our research, and then any excess will then go over there. So now I'm now removing the rare ore from this area. There we go, and now it will just, I might need to extend that a bit, it will just be feeding our iron refinery. So we'll just delete these bits here. So it'll feed our research centres first, and then I shall bring the excess down here to be shipped away. Right, so now what we want from here is a transfer tube. Let's do it this side, closer to the road the better. I suppose we could do one either side really, couldn't we? And then we want, where are you? A crate maker. There. Oh, that needs some power. Okay. And then we just want an unload station. There we go. Do a nice long one. And it will automatically, I mean, these won't be emptied, but like I say, whenever you've got an unload, the end one, if there's an empty crate, it will automatically just destroy it. So there may not be any excess, I don't really know. Let's have a look. I've got lots of extra track around there. I would say we need some more little carts. I mean, we probably don't need this many, but we do have a bit of a backlog. Now I do know, I think one crate maker can feed 3 refiners, and you can use these little claw things that can transfer it from one belt to another, but my brain wasn't quite up to it this evening. I'll have a play with that in the future, and I've made such a very large factory anyway. So this is all iron. How much have we got in here? 2 of 10. So it's keeping it quite low then. So let's see, is it filling all of them up? Let's have a look. No. So So I mean, what we could do if we wanted to, we could add that to the refining system. There's quite a lot of room in there. We could snake it on round, couldn't we? There's certainly a lot of refined coal, iron coming through, which is very nice. I keep calling it coal, but it's iron. So that's doing great. How much is this taken up? Well, looks like there is going to be some left. And if we look here, so these don't add on. If we look now, if we actually claim it, that's where you get the amount. So we've already got the iron we need, but what we could look is, do any others require more iron? I don't think they do. That one's already got what it needs. Okay, so I think I will continue to leave it researching because it's researching points. Although we could just feed it all, couldn't we? Until such time as we start refining coal. Oh, that's a bit tempting. Okay, I've made a decision. I want to move on to refining coal. And I'm actually going to... Can you switch these off? No, I suppose you could just take the power away, couldn't you, and do it that way? So I'm actually... No, what I'll do is I'll let them... I'm just going to leave them there, I think, do it that way. Right, I think the reason for that is I now want to start selling all of this refined iron because it weighs 10 times as much as the ore. So I want to focus there. I could sort of continue doing research just on ore, but to be honest, I've got such a lot of points right now, I don't feel the need to, because the things coming up with the next couple we've come up to, what we need is that weight up. So we need to be heavy, selling heavy stuff. So I'm going to focus on selling that refined iron, and now I'm going to move on refining coal, and then we can remove just the coal ore and sell the refined coal, which is again 10 times as heavy, 10 kilograms as opposed to 1 kilogram. But that we're going to do next time. So I'm going to leave this episode here. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it's a few years old, this game, but I'm finding it a lot of fun. I played it several years back, and it's been quite, it's been quite a big gap for me, so it's been really lovely getting back into it. So until next time, take care of yourself.